Sugar Scout Mom. Today I'm going to be talking about tents. Whether you're young, old, family, single, hiker, backpacking out in the woods, tents are definitely something that comes up with a lot of questions. What size do I need? Weight? All kinds of different things. So today I'm going to go through several tents, and hopefully this will give you a better plan on what kind of tent to buy.
When trying to decide which tent to buy, consider, is it going to fit my car? These smaller ones are going to fit very easily. These two bigger ones, especially the orange and gray one, take up a lot more space. Going down the line, you can see the different size tents. The first three are all one person. The next gray one is a 3-person. Right beside it, you can see they're about the same size, is a 4-person, so 3-person or 4-person. This orange and gray one is another 4-person. And then this black one right here is not in the original case. That is a 6-person. Now for the fun part, seeing what these tents look like outside of the bag. One thing you're going to find you have an abundance of once you start buying tents is stakes. Most tents will come with these type of stakes. Thin metal. And from this pile, you can see how effective those type of stakes are. Not very effective. So the tent stakes that you get with your tent, especially if it's a cheaper tent, they're like this. Toss them to the side, have them as extra. Do not use them for staking down your tent. If you get a higher end tent, you're going to get better stakes. That's one of the things your money is going towards. These guys are great. These ones you can get at Walmart for like $1 a piece. It's a little bit bigger one. These ones came with the Marmots tent. It was very nice having these little shorter guys, because if you have ground like we do here in Arkansas where you go down 2 inches and you hit rock, it's nice to have the shorter guys. The best stakes out of all these ones I have on the table are these ones. These ones are very thick. They're straight. Because of their thickness, they can go in through rock or hard ground much easier. This plastic that's right here helps make it so that you can hook it and pull it out easier. These ones are not so easy to pull out. That's the one downside of them, because they don't have a very big hook like this. When you go to pull, these ones have rope, so you can pull on the rope, but you can see what happened with that. Sometimes the rope doesn't stay attached. So overall, these thick ones, and you can get these at Walmart or any camping supply area. If you're wanting a good solid stake for your tent, buy something different. Don't buy what comes with the tent. Here you can see all 3 one-person backpacking tents. I've got them all set up with the rain fly off, so you can have a better view of what it looks like on the inside of them. This Marmot 1-person is a true 1-person. You cannot fit any more. You can barely fit a person plus gear in this one. This Ozark Trail 1-person backpacking tent, actually with the walls bumped out, could fit maybe 2 small people in there. This last one is not a freestanding. It has to be staked in order for it to stay up. These walls, this one right here and at the end, are both held up by being staked down. Here's the tents again with their rain flies on. The green one, you can see, has to be staked out in order for the rain fly to be the most efficient. It's nice because it has such a big vestibule in the front. You can put your shoes or whichever that you can't fit inside the tent. That helps make the smallness of the tent a little bit better. This orange one doesn't have a vestibule. It's just covers this green meshy part of the tent and leaves the door open. This this is not the greatest because if it rains, you will get wet. Vestibule for this one helps make it so you can crawl in and out and not get the inside of your tent so wet. This one has no rain fly. If it's raining, you're going to get things wet going in and out, and you got to go around the cords. So that's another downside of this. My ultimate favorite is definitely the green marmot, but it is quite pricey. So if you're wanting to stay more on a budget, don't be afraid to get the Ozark Trail backpacking type tents. They might be cheap, but that doesn't mean that they won't. This orange one, because it is probably about a pound heavier than either of the other two tents, I would save it more for a car camping than backpacking. If you're very fit and you pack your backpack really light, then this could work. I did use it for prep hikes, going about 10 miles and one day, and then about 6 miles the other day, and it worked. It wasn't as light as the green one, but I did make it work. Cheaper tent and a little bit more expensive tent. The more expensive ones are going to have these in place. You put the pole through the garment. A little bit cheaper ones are going to have these. So you place inside the pole, and you see this tent is very, very old. There's some dirt or something stuck up in there, so it doesn't go in all the way. All my steaks. This is a steak bag. I stick them in my tent bag. So all of the bags are together, and when it's time to put everything back up, I have everything all together, and I'm not searching for where's the steak bag, where's the pole bag. I got everything together. So now you've been camping,
you've got your tent set up, you camped. How do you take it down? That's also another issue. Here are my 3-person Mountainsmith tent, and believe it or not, this is the 4-person Ozark Trail tent. You can see they're pretty comparable in sizes. That is another example of why not to go exactly by the number it says on the tag. Instead, go by the dimensions. See how long and wide it is, how much space it's going to take up. Use that to determine if it really is a 3-person or 4-person or 1-person or any person-sized tent that the bag says it is. I wanted a tent that was easier to put together, especially for 1 person, and the one thing I really liked about this tent is it has a door here, and it has a door on the back side. That was very convenient. So wherever I set up my tent, I had 2 choices of where I wanted the exit to be. I wanted to show you a difference between the 2 tents, with the ones that are a little bit more expensive to the ones that are cheaper. The ones that are more expensive will have these clips that will clip the rain fly to the bottom of the tent. The ones that are cheaper will have just a little hook that you hook onto a ring to do the rain fly. Another thing to note is the more expensive tents will have vents. And if your tent has a vent, use it. You might think, oh, it's going to rain, I need to close that. No. Keep these vents open. It's going to help with the condensation that likes to form on the inside of tents. Cheaper ones do not have any vents. Next is my favoriteest tent to put up. It is a pop-up tent. It is a lot different than the freestanding or the one with ropes, the not freestanding. This one can be put up in just about 60 seconds or less. The tent is all set up. I've got the rain fly on. As you can see, this is a 4-man, and this one is a 4-man. There is a very sizable difference between these 2 4-man tents. If you're camping with your family, I suggest a tent like this one. It was quick and easy to put up. I took this with me when I went to 7 different national parks last year with my kiddos. It was easy to put up, put down, didn't have any problems with it, and plenty roomy.
why tents have all these ropes attached to them and think, ugh, why do I got these? What's their purpose? These are guidelines. Guidelines are to help make sure that the tent is nice and taut, so that if it rains, you're not going to get water that pools in the top of the tent. If water pools, then that means it's going to leak. So if your tent has these, make sure you have them fully out and tight the way that they're supposed to be. Otherwise, you might have a leaky night sleep. So overall, when looking for a tent, make sure that you don't just go by what it says for the amount of people on it. Look at the size, the dimensions. Also think about, do you want to do it for backpacking? Do you want to do it for your family? What is this? Are you doing car camping, or are you doing more of a on the trail thing? Whichever it is that you choose to do, I hope this video has helped you be able to pick out a tent that will work for you.